I promised myself that I would finish what I started. I promised myself. Welcome to part I don't even know because I didn't check my channel before I went and did it, episode of the Elder Scrolls 1 Arena. So, I'm gonna check my journal. Wait, what? Oh, L. L for journal. Elsewhere. Okay. Anyway, so I have been trying to figure out how to do this because I've been trying not to do hours-long videos of me just playing this game. Before I continue that, 1 second. Halls of the Colossus. You stand before the gigantic walls of the Halls of the Colossus, built by giants in an age long past. The wind echoes mournfully through the empty battlements. Here lies the 4th piece of the Staff of Chaos. So, I was trying to figure out how to do this in a way where I still finished the game without like taking an eternity of like 50 episodes and needing to take like a year to get this Let's Play done. And also running a problem where how I have fun with this game is more or less playing it sort of long play style, like playing it for hours on end and just kind of listening to stuff, you know? And I didn't really know how to approach my first episode in several months, and already there's a glitch. It's like I never left. How to do it, because I mean, like, who wants to see, oh, a video is uploaded, oh, it's 5 hours long, is it? And so I decided, what if I do it anyway? What if I just long play the game with multiple long episodes and just hope it goes well? So that's how I'm approaching this. I'm going to try and play this more akin to how I would play it if I wasn't recording. Because the purpose of the Let's Play is for people to watch somebody play a video game, you know? And maybe it's okay to not have to try and make a game that I found a specific way to enjoy have to be played in the way that I don't enjoy playing it, which is like limiting myself to 30 minutes and failing anyway, and then stressing myself about timers and stuff like that when I can just play the game. So the hope is to finish this and play Daggerfall soon, I promise. That is the intent. On that you have my word. Whoops. It's just I want to beat this game first. Additionally, the Minecraft series is not happening because that server did not go down well. Nobody was really playing on it. One of my friends couldn't get the video in a small enough size to send to an editor, and then another friend couldn't really figure out how to edit. Same deal. It just kind of fell apart, and then it sat there for months with no progress. And so, how I've decided to address this is we're going to be doing a different series on the days that I would normally have been posting that. Hi, this is Editor Scribe, and while the plan for another series is still in the works, the original statement that I made in this video is no longer the case. The reason being is that this video was recorded in December of 2025, and the current month is currently April. The reason why the series did not come out at the time was because I was recording and trying to edit that video. And it was around that time that I realized that I wasn't going to be able to do the entire Let's Play in the course of December. Rather than just pushing it through into the new year, I decided to just not do it. And because of that, I felt mildly embarrassed about having not done the series, and that's why this video took a while, and then I just kind of got distracted doing other stuff. Another series is planned, but what that series currently is, I do not know. The original series that I reference in this section was Batman Arkham Origins, as it's set during Christmas Eve, and I figured for December it would have been very fitting. I might still do that series at a later date, just not right now. Thank you, and back to your regularly scheduled broadcast. That has not stopped me from thinking about the Elder Scrolls and really trying to figure out, hey, how am I going to get myself to go through this, because RPGs are very long, and that is something that has really been holding me back, which is I don't usually get a lot of free time to do what I used to, which was how I would play Arena. I would just sit there for hours on end, and I would just do nothing but play it. I would have a video essay in the background, and I'm hoping that we will see being able to finish this. The benefit of Arena, honestly, is that it's not that long, because it's 17 hours long, something like that. Which I know that sounds like a lot, but by RPG standards, that's actually kind of tame. The main length would be in consistent deaths, and because of how powerful my character is, that's just not gonna happen, I'm not really interested in using all of that. There we go. So but I am still very excited because it's still a chance for me to enjoy these games, because they are very fun, and I'm gonna do my best to focus on making videos for games I like, and trying not to be negative, because there's enough of that on the internet, and I'm definitely regretting a lot of my more negative moments during the Let's Play. This should be something very relaxing. So I am very very hopeful. I will say that I definitely won't be sad when the games get easier. Because I would definitely argue that by the time you get to Morrowind, the games become a lot easier. Now what I wanted to do, the map icon. There we go. Let's go ahead and map out everything. So there is good news, though. We are pretty close to finishing the game, actually, because we are on the fourth piece of the Staff of Chaos, which means we will only have 3 to go, and then we can finish the game, and it's lovely. What level am I even? Ooh. That's actually a lot higher level than I thought I was, to be honest. But I guess that makes sense. I think for me, something I really liked about like when I would play these games, like when I was a teen, is I liked power building and like trying to see how far I could take something. And like, yeah, that was with Magic quite often, because it's kind of always how that is for Elder Scrolls, but it also was the case for like a warrior. Like I remember in Skyrim, I would try to see how powerful, like how much damage could I get a sword to be, and that kind of carried me into things that I have to consciously try not to invoke now. When I play like TTRPG games, I have to be very careful to not power build like I would in this game. The fun thing about playing games like Final Fantasy XIV is you kind of don't have to worry about that, because power building kind of doesn't matter, you know? You're always going to be within the confines of the balance of the game, which is really cool. Which is nice, but I also really like single-player games because they can just let you go crazy. Like my friend really wanted me to play Doom 2016, and I played that recently, and it was oddly satisfying, just how powerful and how like untouchable I felt playing that game. It really was something else. But I digress. So I played that once for my friend, and then of course I have there we go. And then of course I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV, and I've been playing, oddly enough, I've been playing Sonic Origins and the Resident Evil franchise. I managed to beat the first game, the non-DualShock Director's Cut version. And then I started 2, and 2 was nice, but it was really hard in the beginning, because, okay, I don't know what it says about me that I still remember the keybinds. I haven't played this game in months. But it's really difficult in the beginning, I found, because of the opening section, where it's like you get no way to save the game, so you're just kind of stuck there, having to run through and hope you're not too overwhelmed by the time you get to the police station, which is very different for me because I mean I played the remake, and with the remake you just kind of immediately get to the station, you know? So for me, it was way less ridiculous, whereas that one is much more tense. Oh, hello. There we go. I know I made a bunch of other spells, but I am not focus on them right now. I'm just using what works. And right now that is fire. Wait, what? I needed that? I mean, yes, I needed that. Yes, of course. That was my plan all along. Of course. Don't doubt me. You know what I'm capable of. I will shoot a shark across the tri-state area and you will disintegrate. Don't question me. Anyway, let's make our way back to the other side, question mark, I think. What? Okay. So yeah. I think the game I had the most fun with definitely had to be a Doom. That was a really, really fun game. It was very... It was great stress relief. Like, I understand it now. Like, they're horrific demons. Nobody feels any sympathy for them. They're just evil incarnate, so it's okay to just, like, watch yourself tear them to pieces, you know? Who cares? And seeing all the creative ways I could just run around and dismantle everything and clear things out with frightening and brutal efficiency. Oh. Again, oddly satisfying, I think, is the best way I can describe it. There we go. I'm also preparing myself because, you know, we're over halfway through the game now with all the pieces we got, so you never know what we're gonna have to deal with. Who knows when I have to play Daggerfall. That's also the reason why I am relying way less on restore power potions now, because, well, unfortunately, I'm not going to get to benefit from those potions. Because of how that game works, which we will get to when we get to it. Finding 6 keys. Oh, I understand. Okay. So we have one of the keys we need. But we don't have everything. There we go. But yeah. I am definitely looking forward to the much more friendly UI of Daggerfall. Oops. Give me that. Sweet, that's another key we need. I'm going to assume that the remaining keys are in the 2nd floor. There we go. Alright, sweet. Now granted, I have probably missed several keys. However, that's a future me problem right now. Oh, I think I also know. Yeah, it's gonna be on that floor as well. So more than likely it'll probably be 2 keys on the second floor, and then wait. Oh, so it lets you know where one of the keys is, at least. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I'm ignoring one of the very first lessons I tried to give to the audience when I started this playthrough, which is you gotta read and pay attention. Even if I've done this before, it is possible to still mess things up, you know? Where does this lead me? Ooh, lovely, 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 lovely. Oh, hello. There we go. Oh, crap. There's more. Already? There we go. Some more good news is that with Daggerfall, I'll have even more magicka, which is nice. Alright. They learned their lesson. Right, there's the amethyst key, which is good news for me. Right, so now we are missing 2 more keys. And then we can presumably go get the Staff of Chaos piece that we need. And my voice is getting scratchy, but I don't want to leave to go get water, because I am not a quitter. Right. I kind of... I'm kind of not gonna talk about the lore as much because it's like it's hard to talk about the arena lore because the Daggerfall lore is so much different, and then that goes into Morrowind lore, so it's like you kind of can't take the canon of arena. You just kind of have to like take the events and then go from there and hope you get it correct. Oh, right. Wait, how much is... Okay, that's still a bit, but it's not as much. Nope, nothing. How are we looking? Pretty normal. All right, we're good. Oh no. Water. My weakness. Alright, it's fine. The fourth key is probably through this waterway. At this point, I'm not even going to pretend to remember anything, because it's been long enough that my memory is just gone. So, I'm going solely off of what makes sense. Leave me alone. I will say that this is not the stupidest thing I have done to myself. At least I don't have like a true crime podcast or anything going on. I'm like freaking myself out while I listen to the creepy dungeon music. Well, honestly, maybe I should. That actually sounds like a kind of fun evening. Although I'm gonna hate myself afterwards. Sir, you're mean. You're mean is what you are. Jerk. Give me my points back. Wait, really? There we go. Dang it, I almost made it. Alright, cool. Now we can keep going. There we are. Theodorus. Interesting. That sounds like a Breton name, which it probably is. Oh well, anyway. Moving right along. Alright, now we are going to keep going. Again, we have hit a point where I kind of don't need to worry about, like, specific equipment or spells or anything. I can kind of just slam my way through everything. And now we're just going to go forward until we hit the end. I think once I hit a certain point with the series, maybe I'll like do something special to honor the occasion, you know? Although one thing I will say, if you do intend to play this game series, there's 3 ways I would recommend doing it. There's the I want to be in like the full now, which is like I want to play all of the games. There's the I want to play the highlights, and then there is the I want to just immediately try and get into this game franchise. My honest opinion, I think that the third option is a perfectly fine option. You should not have to do like everything to be able to say you're an Elder Scrolls fan. My recommendation is play just any of them. If you're trying to get into this game, if you're trying to get into this series, like maybe you're into the lore or something like that and you just want to jump in, you can do that. That's entirely fine. What I would probably recommend is either pick up Skyrim Anniversary Edition because it has enough content and it's cheap enough that I would say it's worth it, or grab the Oblivion Remaster because I definitely think that's worth it. I think that is a really, really good start. Yeah, I think that's as good a place to start as any, really. If you kind of just want to, if you want to go with the highlights, then I would probably recommend picking up Morrowind and starting there. Like, if it kind of, I feel like those 3 is sort of your gradient for how much you're willing to put up with game-wise. Like, if you're in it, it's like, okay, I would just prefer to play something that appeals to more modern sensibilities of gameplay, which isn't incorrect. Then yeah, definitely pick up like Oblivion, or like, I mean, even Skyrim at this point is kind of dated, but like, it is technically the most recent in the timeline that isn't just a remaster, but I would honestly recommend doing the remaster instead. Like, really, that feels way better. And then I'd say definitely play Morrowind if you're willing to go into more of like these sort of retro game. And then if you are willing to put up with it, then definitely check Arena out. And I think that one would actually kind of be good because both Arena and Daggerfall are free. Although if you want to try and go like full retro, maybe just start with Daggerfall. I like Arena a lot. It's really good, but like it is that game that can be hard to get into because it is so archaic by our standards, you know? Like it is very archaic. So maybe give Daggerfall Unity a shot if you're trying to get into the games, if you're willing to go the old route. If you're not, and you just want to, you know, I don't want to wait for something to get good, I want to play something that starts good and stays good, just pick up either Skyrim or Oblivion, really. Like, you really can't go wrong with it. Plus, I mean, Oblivion's been out for a little bit, so there's probably some really cool mods out there. The mod community works fast. Backfoul demon! Okay, you're dying a lot slower than I was hoping. There we go. There's the ruby key. Alright. Only one more to go. But yeah, definitely if you're interested in that sort of thing, I definitely suggest. Oh my dear goodness. It's such a ridiculously big map. I didn't realize it at first. That's where I would go, personally. If you're just trying to get to the good parts, which again is fine because you're playing these games for fun. You shouldn't feel like you have to do so. Like, I don't play the Resident Evil games in order because I think it's what I have to do. It's just what I want to do, you know? I want to be able to go in order and see everything as it changes. I am one of those people who takes the, you know, just I want to be in the know path. You know, I want to know why people make jokes about Jill sandwiches and stuff, you know? And now I am in the know because I played that game and it is funny. Ow. Okay, why did I go in here? Oh, it's because there's a door here. I can't go. I can't get to the top. I have to go through the bottom. I am. There we go. Alright. So that's where that door leads. So I take it I'm going through one of the other doors. Is this the right place? Yes, it is the right place. Sweet. So yeah. Kind of getting back into the groove. I guess that makes sense. Once you develop muscle memory, as long as you maintain it every so often, you don't really lose it. Just looking for the last key. Don't mind me. Here we go. Well, the treasure is nice, but not quite what I was looking for. There we go. Alright, we have hit a dead end, so we get to turn around. Sweet. Oh, I've already been through there too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're going through here. I will say, I am, as much as this probably isn't going to happen, I would really love for them to set an Elder Scrolls game in the Somerset Isles, purely because we've seen what Nordic culture looks like now compared to how it was described, and I really want to know what Altmer culture looks like as a result, because the way they describe it as being like how some people describe it as like, oh, it's like a eugenics program, and like if they're not perfect enough, they're thrown to the wolves, and like this very, very dark and like mean thing, and being like all perfectionist and haughty. Like, I have to know how much of that is considered true, because they are pretentious. Like, that much is at least somewhat true. It's the rest of it I want to know about. You know? And yes, I'm sure there's probably answers in Elder Scrolls Online, which I'm pretty sure is considered canon. But that requires playing the Elder Scrolls Online, and I already play FF14. I don't have time to do both. So there's that. Oh. Come on. Oh my god, yes. Alright, we have the keys we need. Alright, now we just gotta get to the middle. Alright. Now we know where to go. Let's head over here. Oh, hello. I don't want to use Fireball. I want to live, Lawrence. There we go. Really? Come all the way in here and there's nothing? Yeah, I'm just gonna run through them because, like, what are they realistically going to do, huh? Nothing. That's what. We're gonna do nothing. Okay, well maybe I can't run through all of them. We're just gonna... There we go. This is probably where the piece of the staff is. I just gotta find it. You know? Yeah, this little part. Unless I am mistaken. Which I might be. Figure it out. Oh, you guys are determined to be annoying. Leave me alone, please. Ah, here we are. The next cell is the answer. Yeah, maybe I could drag a friend into doing it. Wait, what? There's another key. I guess I must have mistaken myself. I thought it was 5 keys I needed, not 6. Well, I'm glad I looked now, though. As for me, time to get my prize. Oh. It's at the bottom, isn't it? Yep. Okay. This is fine. Listen, he asked. It is a math puzzle. Okay, so I didn't figure out the answer myself, so I'm gonna read this article. Solve it using the sum of the index of letters in the alphabet for the age of each name. For example, Igon is 9 plus 7 plus 15 plus 14 equals 45. The answer to the riddle is 108. To enter the room. Okay. Why? Oh. Wait, I leveled up? Oh, sweet, I leveled up. What was I leveling even at this point? Personality and luck are maxed out, intelligence is maxed out. I guess willpower? Yeah, we'll put a point into willpower. And then I guess a point into agility while I'm at it. Sweet. Here we go. What the heck is the piece? I don't actually know where the piece is supposed to be. Oh crap, there it is. Whoa. Alright, we got it. You almost killed me, you little jerk. Alright, now we can leave. Alright, well, I'm just going to skip the process of leaving the dungeon, and we'll be in. Alright. Well, that's one piece we got. Well, now we have to go get the last 3 pieces, and then we can head in and finish this. Actually, wait, hang on. I'm an idiot. There's not 7 pieces, there's 8. Because you do Hammerfell. Yeah, Hammerfell. Yep, there's 8. Because there's 3, 6. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then, yeah, okay. So yeah, it is halfway. We are at the halfway point though. So, alright. Let's go ahead and get this rest out of the way. This is gonna be Jaeger Thorn being like, hey.
It is obvious, whoever you are, that you are a cunning and worthy foe. Perhaps Rhea chose well, even if it was her last act. I will not insult your intelligence with further digression. My minions soon approach, but I will not consign you to the dark door of death. You have proven your worth. Once you are killed, I will raise you to fight for me as one of my servants. Give him to me now, and I offer you everlasting life.
That's a good argument. However, shark. Oh. I survived that. There we go. Oh, sheesh. Oh, there's another nearby, isn't there? Where is he? Stuck behind a tree or something? I'm just trying to trigger the... Just trying to trigger the next bit. Okay, I'm... Fine. Fine, I'll run around town and look for an inn. Is this an inn? No, that's a blacksmith shop. That's the... Excuse me? There's one of you in town? Here we go. There's the bartender. Here he is.
You have recovered the fourth piece. I honor your bravery. Listen closely now, my friend, for Tharn has begun in earnest to look for you. Do not fear. He does not know your true identity, but he can sense the staff's power. With 4 of the 8 pieces, you stand out like a lantern at night. I urge you to caution. The 5th piece of the staff lies in an ancient stronghold of sorcery called the Crystal Tower. It was said that the southern tip of the Dragon's Teeth, which stretches from the ice-covered mounts of High Rock to the wooded forests of Valenwood, could be seen on the horizon from the top parapet of the tower. This would lead me to believe it is not far south of the majestic mountain range. You must find the tower and gain access to recover the 5th piece of the Staff of Chaos.
Alright. So obviously, Crystal Tower in lore that is in Somerset Isles, so it is time to go to my home turf. Oh, my itches. Alright, well, we have made progress. So, next time, we will be heading to the Crystal Tower. Or at least doing the dungeon to get to the Crystal Tower. And then, yeah. So, I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably do 1 episode per piece of the story. So the next episode will be the dungeon leading into the Crystal Tower, or just the entire Crystal Tower. So we're looking at either 8 more episodes, or potentially less, maybe even 4 or 5 episodes, and then Arena will be done. Although these episodes will be way longer to compensate, so... Alrighty, I guess I'll have to do that next time, though. It is very early in the morning, and I am very tired, so I hope to see you guys in the next episode. With that, have a good one.